In the small town of Cloncurry, Queensland, in the year 1878, life was simple. The sun was hot, the land was dry, and everyone knew each other. But one day, something strange happened. A box of gold, worth a lot of money, went missing. The gold belonged to a miner named Jack. Jack had worked hard for months to find the gold. He kept it in a wooden box under his bed. One morning, when Jack woke up, the box was gone. Jack ran to his friend Tom and said, "Tom, my gold is gone. Someone stole it." Tom was shocked. "Who could have done this?" he asked. Jack and Tom went to the sheriff, a man named Bill. Bill was a tall, strong man who always wore a hat. "Don't worry, Jack," Bill said. "We will find your gold." But days passed, and no one could find the gold. The town was buzzing with questions. Who stole the gold? Was it someone they knew? As the sun set that day, Jack sat on his porch, staring at the empty spot under his bed. He wondered, will I ever see my gold again? A few days after the gold went missing, a stranger came to Cloncurry. He wore a black hat and a long coat. His name was Sam, and he said he was a trader. Sam walked into the local pub and ordered a drink. The people in the pub were curious. They had never seen him before. "Where are you from, Sam?" asked Mary, the pub owner. "From the south," Sam replied. "I trade goods. Do you have anything to sell?" Mary shook her head. "Not much here. But we did have some gold stolen recently." Sam's eyes widened. "Gold, you say? That's interesting." Later that night, Tom saw Sam near Jack's house. "What are you doing here?" Tom asked. Sam smiled. "Just looking around. This is a nice town." Tom didn't trust Sam. He went to Bill and said, "I think Sam knows something about the gold." Bill nodded. "We'll keep an eye on him." But the next morning, Sam was gone. No one knew where he went. Jack was cleaning his house when he found something strange. Under a loose floorboard, there was an old piece of paper. It was a map. The map had lines, dots, and an X marked in red. Jack showed it to Tom. "Do you think this is a treasure map?" Jack asked. Tom studied the map. It could be. Maybe the thief left it behind. They decided to follow the map. It led them to a cave outside town. Inside the cave, they found a shovel and some empty bags. But there was no gold. "Someone was here," Tom said. "But where did they go?" As they left the cave, Jack noticed something shiny on the ground. It was a button from a coat. The same kind of coat Sam was wearing. Back in town, Jack and Tom went to Bill's office. They showed him the button and the map. "We think Sam is the thief," Jack said. Bill agreed. "But we need proof." Just then, Mary came running in. "I found this in the pub," she said. It was a letter. The letter was from Sam to someone named Joe. It said, "Meet me at the old mill. Bring the gold." Bill smiled. "This is it. We have him now." They rushed to the old mill, but it was empty. All they found was a note that said, "Too late." Bill, Jack, and Tom decided to follow Sam's trail. They asked around and learned that Sam had been seen heading north. As they rode their horses, Jack thought about his gold. "I just want it back," he said. Tom patted his friend's shoulder. "We'll find it, Jack." After hours of riding, they reached a small town. A man there told them, "Yes, I saw a man in a black hat. He went that way." They followed the direction and found a campsite. There were empty food cans and a fire pit, but no Sam. As they searched the area, Bill found something. It was a piece of gold. "Jack, look." Bill said. "Your gold is close. But where was Sam?" If you're enjoying this story, don't forget to like, comment, and share. And make sure to subscribe to the Shadow Truths channel for more thrilling stories like this one. Jack, Tom, and Bill followed the trail of clues to a large cave hidden deep in the bush. The entrance was covered with vines, and it looked like no one had been there for years. But when they stepped inside, they saw footprints in the dirt. "Someone's been here," Bill whispered. They walked deeper into the cave, using their lanterns to light the way. The air was cold, and the walls were damp. Suddenly, Jack spotted something glinting in the light. It was a gold nugget. "My gold!" Jack exclaimed. But before they could celebrate, they heard a noise. It sounded like footsteps. Someone was in the cave with them. The trio turned around, but the cave was too dark to see clearly. The footsteps grew louder, and then they stopped. "Who's there?" Bill called out. No one answered. Tom picked up a rock and threw it into the darkness. They heard it hit the ground, but nothing else. "Let's keep moving," Jack said. They continued deeper into the cave, but the feeling of being watched never left them. As they walked, the cave began to narrow. Soon, they reached a dead end. But on the ground, they saw more gold nuggets. "This must be where Sam hid the gold," Tom said. But as they bent down to pick it up, they heard a loud noise behind them. Rocks were falling, blocking the way they came in. "We're trapped," Jack shouted. Bill quickly looked around. There has to be another way out. They searched the walls and found a small opening. It was tight, but they could squeeze through. The tunnel was dark and narrow, but they had no choice. They crawled through, hoping it would lead them to safety. After what felt like hours, they saw light ahead. They crawled faster and finally emerged outside. They were on the other side of the mountain. But as they caught their breath, they saw something that made their hearts stop. A man was standing nearby, watching them. It was Sam. Sam smiled when he saw them. "You found my hiding spot," he said. Bill stepped forward. "Give us the gold, Sam." "It's over." Sam laughed. "You'll never find all of it. I hid it in different places." Jack was angry. "Why did you steal from me? I worked so hard for that gold." Sam shrugged. "I needed the money. But I didn't think you'd come this far." Just then, Tom noticed something in Sam's hand. It was a gun. "Bill, look out." Tom shouted. Bill quickly tackled Sam, and they wrestled on the ground. The gun went off, but no one was hurt. Finally, Bill managed to pin Sam down. "It's over," he said. But as they tied Sam up, he smirked. "You may have caught me, but you'll never find the rest of the gold." If you're enjoying this story, don't forget to like, comment, and share. And make sure to subscribe to the Shadow Truths channel for more thrilling stories like this one. With Sam tied up and in custody, Jack, Tom, and Bill returned to Cloncurry. But the mystery wasn't over. Sam had hidden the rest of the gold, and no one knew where it was. Jack was determined to find it. "We have to keep looking," he said. Bill agreed. "We'll search every inch of this town if we have to." They started by retracing Sam's steps. They visited the old mill, the cave, and even the pub where Sam had stayed. But there was no sign of the gold. Then, Mary remembered something. "Sam was always asking about the old railway station," she said. The old railway station was abandoned. Weeds grew on the tracks, and the building was falling apart. But when Jack, Tom, and Bill arrived, they noticed something strange. The door to the station was unlocked. Inside, they found a dusty room with a table and chairs. On the table was a map, just like the one Jack had found under his floorboard. "This must be where Sam planned his theft," Bill said. They searched the room and found a small bag under the floorboards. It was filled with gold nuggets. But it wasn't enough. There was still more gold missing. As they looked through the map, they noticed something odd. There were numbers written in the corners. "These look like coordinates," Tom said. They used the numbers to mark spots on the map. One of the spots was near the river, another was in the forest, and the last one was in the town square. "Sam must have hidden the gold in these places," Jack said. They decided to check the river first. At the riverbank, they dug where the map said to dig. After a few minutes, they hit something hard. It was a metal box. Inside the box were more gold nuggets. Jack was thrilled. "We're getting closer." But as they celebrated, they heard a noise. Someone was watching them from the trees. "Who's there?" Bill called out. No one answered. The trio decided to split up. Jack went to the forest, Tom went to the town square, and Bill stayed by the river to keep watch. In the forest, Jack found a tree with a strange mark on it. He dug at the base of the tree and found another metal box. This one was filled with gold coins. Meanwhile, Tom searched the town square. He noticed a loose brick in the wall of the old post office. Behind the brick was a small bag of gold. When they met back at Bill's office, they had all the gold. But they still didn't know who had been watching them. Bill had an idea. "Let's set a trap," he said. That night, they left a fake bag of gold in the town square and hid nearby. Soon, a shadowy figure appeared. It was Sam's partner, Joe. Bill and Tom jumped out and caught him. "It's over," Bill said. "Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and share. And make sure to subscribe to the Shadow Truths channel for more thrilling stories like this one.